with your host Papi and the gracious and one and only Boss Nana.
All these fans.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You know, it's good to have you here.
Gift Papi.
The Papi, the one and only.
Papi.
It's been a good, interesting week and a few 2 days because we've now got to know the teams that are going to play in the Champions League and in the Europa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, it was a good draw. The Champions League has so many interesting teams. I'm sure you watched the draw.
No, I did not.
No, you didn't watch the draw on Thursday night. But or maybe you watched the draw for today for Thursday night football, where Man United has been drawn with Sheriff. Real Sociedad. These are good, strong teams. And before I get to the Europa, I'll talk about the Champions League firstly. Already there's a group of death. Almost all the groups in the Champions League this season look good. But the group that everyone is looking at is Group C, which has Bayern Munich, FC Barcelona, Inter Milan, and Kreazian. This group is going to be juicy. You know, Lewandowski is facing his old team in Bayern Munich, who have a new boy, Sadio Mane. You know, the last time these guys faced each other, it was a battering 8-2.
Well, it's a good fixture for the tournament for this season. So, I mean, you can see there's whole fairy tale stories that
have started
coming up around the fixtures. Who knows? This time it might be the other way around. Maybe Barcelona will have their way, but Barca occasionally suffer against Bayern Munich. I mean,
yes, they do.
They traditionally struggle against them. Yeah. I think over the years they've had similar style of play, possessive football. But what the Germans normally add is the strength. They are a bit more aggressive than the Barcelona teams over the years. I mean, you have Thomas Muller, who is such a bully on and off the field. I've already seen videos of him trying to tease them, cause those kind of things. Yeah. So it looks good. I don't know how good the other groups are looking like.
Okay. The other interesting group is the group that has Man City, Sevilla, Borussia Dortmund, and Copenhagen. Juicy already.
Copenhagen and the whipping boys, unless any surprises comes through. Of course, Man City qualify out of the group.
Okay. Already you're giving your prediction of how it would look. There's Group A: Ajax, Liverpool, Napoli, and Rangers. It has been, I think, 13 years since there were two teams from Scotland that were in the group stages, and now we have Ajax taking on Liverpool, who've been abysmal this season in their first 3 games. Napoli, who might sign Cristiano Ronaldo from the rumors that are coming out.
Yeah, you should leave. You should leave. I'm one of the people who believe he has to go.
Okay.
Look, I've never been excited about Ronaldo's coming back to United. I think it was more of the owners buying for commercial relevance than for the club itself. Because no serious club, no matter what, will go for a 36-year-old then to come and be the pivot of their striking issues. No one will do that. And rather let their young guy, who of course hasn't probably delivered to expectation, to go on the loan. But you cut some slack over those young chaps. The past 2-3 seasons, they've had serious multiple of injuries. Proud to that they used to be the same guys who carried United to be second in the league. So as fans, sometimes we are not driven by objectivities. We just try to drag players, but we sometimes also forget the kind of things they go through to get back their rhythm and all that. And that said, I feel when he leaves, it will potentially rather have a good way of filling the gap than thinking, oh, Cristiano Ronaldo is there. Ronaldo right now is not a player when we are goes down, he could come out from the bench and I'll be sure we will equalize. Unless sometimes he starts.
Okay.
Because when you check most of his matches, whenever we were down, he hardly came off the bench to create any magic. It's usually when he starts and then along the line last minute, he scores a goal. So on the basis of that, sometimes the harm would already been done. And when your fall goes down, you can never resurrect.
Okay.
You can just end up scoring a consolation goal, and you've already been disgraced. So if the United to play according to their strength, Ronaldo is not the type you can rely on.
We've spoken about this so many times.
Yeah.
We do think Ronaldo is a
Let's
liability.
face facts. He's not, and that is why no serious club, top club, wants to buy him. Because Barcelona will not need him. Real Madrid will not have him back. Nobody wants you. You know, because you can't really press. The football now has changed. Like sometimes people claim the current generation are not doing enough, but right now the football that is being played is played at a higher pace than it's ever been.
It's ever been
very
high
peaceful,
press.
high press. You need to have a lot of stamina before you're a footballer, before you can survive. Worse off is the English Premier League, where there is the grit and then the aggression. So it brings it to the issue of how the style of play of a club affects some players in so many ways.
Yeah.
I always tell you that Miguel does well in the English team for reasons of the kind of players the English national team have.
Yeah.
And he will do extremely well if he ever plays for Man City.
Yeah.
He's not an average footballer. He's a good footballer. But the kind of pressure that comes on him in United, he's not that player who can do one-on-one defending.
No.
He's not that type. You know, he's suited more of playing from the back style of player, pass around, go in, do that, and all that. Look at the so-called player people claims is one of the best TV defenders the Liverpool fans claim they've ever seen.
Van Dijk.
When you watch that guy
shown
so
this season,
close,
yeah.
he never really goes out to tackle one-on-one. He always dodges.
Back.
He always running away.
Yeah.
If you've noticed. But you had the likes of Vidic and John Terry who go in for it, and even if they get a red card,
you know who a defender is.
You can't tell me you're a good defender than Sergio Ramos because Sergio Ramos has had more red cards than you. He's arguably the top 2 defenders in his generation. I don't know if you bet to differ.
No. Ramos is one of the greatest defenders.
He's the greatest footballers I've ever seen. Yeah. So would you say because Ramos had a lot of red cards, Jamie Carragher is better than him?
No.
That's total madness.
No.
So Ronaldo should leave.
It would be a good move for him,
because so that the club would think of buying a younger and hungry player who wants to be like him, Ronaldo.
One day, yes,
not the other way around. Someone who fails and his antics on the pitch and off, it's not helping the club. Ronaldo, when he's playing and someone does wrong, he starts showing and throwing his
tantrums. Grown-up tantrums. No,
that's unfair. Imagine you're a young player and you're going through such things. Well, in your time, nobody gave you such attitude. You used to be held by the Ruud van Nistelrooys and co when you were playing football, the ball out of the
stadium.
Yeah, nobody was talking. Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, it saddens me about Greenwood. I think Greenwood, if he was around, we wouldn't be talking about signing a striker. Never.
That was your Van Persie.
I'm telling you.
But he's
I don't know what happens, but anyway.
If you're a black person and you live in Europe, such things, you never get away with it. Another group that would be interesting is Group E, which has AC Milan, Chelsea, Salzburg, and Dynamo Zagreb. Honestly, I don't think it would be a clean game for either one of the teams in this group because
it's obvious AC Milan and Chelsea will qualify.
Maybe
the Eastern European clubs don't do well a lot when they go away.
Okay.
But the traditional European clubs can pull some strings when they go away. I mean, you can't tell me Chelsea cannot go and beat Dynamo Clive. They can beat them in their own backyard. So there is a possibility of 4 points guaranteed from the two fixtures between them.
But you can also, if you remember, Sheriff, who's actually in your group in the Europa, shocked Real Madrid in the Champions League, and also knowing that the World Cup is coming closer. So that means there'll be a game every 3 days.
And it's funny how Sheriff right now is being dominated with players from Ghana.
Oh really?
Yeah. Then I mean they currently have 4 players from Ashanti Kotoko.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah. I think the club has a certain relationship with them, and they become like their
the club feeder. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, anyway, football has its own way it plays across the 90 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, all the predictions we are giving are on paper until the matches
are played.
You never know.
Around
there could be an own goal, there could be red cards, there could be a referee decision making that can affect the scoreline. There could be a number of reasons that can come up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, away from the Champions League, we already know that it only gets more juicier when it gets to the round of 16. But as you people already know, the closer we're getting to the World Cup, the games keep on happening in a shorter period. So every 3 to 2 days there'll be a match, and teams need to rotate. So when we come to the Premier League this weekend, we have a juicy weekend. We have 7 games on the trot. First match, 13:30. Southampton versus United.
I hate the time of the match.
Of course. And this is how you know when I always say there's always that big team syndrome at 13 hours.
And you know, this is where the likes of Alex Ferguson were so good at. The reason why Ferguson has a record of being the coach with the longest changing 11 is because of fixtures like this.
Okay.
So Ferguson went 5 years.
The different lineup.
With different lineup every day in the Premier League match with a minimum of 3 changes per match. You know what that means? It means that no matter how good Ferguson's team played against Liverpool last weekend,
it won't be the same.
It will never be the same against Southampton. You get my point? It never. So this was a coach who always played a match according to his strength. There was nothing to do about. He always had a way to keep his squad, and that was the secret of Man United dominating the English Premier League. That I'm scared to say Pep Guardiola has learned. Yes, or he's learning. Pep Guardiola's starting 11 always changes. Always changes. People haven't noticed that. He always changes his starting 11 lately. If it's 10 matches, he always changes 7 out of 10 starting lineup. He also plays according to who he's going to play. And that is the only way the Premier League can survive it. A weather like this, Ferguson would have gone to play the old guys, Rankios, and those old chaps who have seen it all, who will just go and compose and comport themselves instead of playing, and you will end up surprising the opponent because the opponent will become with aggression. It's early afternoon. Let's go all out, but you have the old guys going out there to come and do things. One of the years that he did incredibly well that people were shocked was the 2009 where he had Berbatov and Tevez and Rooney and even Ronaldo as his attacking options. But yet he managed to use all of them for all matches as many as he could.
As he could, yeah.
Sometimes he used to play all of them
At once.
At once,
Yeah.
you know, and you'll be wondering how is this man doing it? He shifts Rooney to the wing. Ronaldo is on the wing. Tevez and Berbatov up front.
4-4-2.
Tevez dropped a bit behind, and then Berbatov is there
in front.
I'm not being a bias, but I've never seen a coach like the old man.
But
and that said, it's a scary time for such a match, and I just hope the likes of Darren Fletcher and our good old man McRanan, the assistant coach who has been there and seen it all,
yeah,
I'm sure he would advise him
to change the starting lineup.
to do what
Because if he does go with the same lineup he went with against
I don't
Liverpool,
think we'll go with the same lineup.
they will lose.
I feel we might shock people by playing Casemiro.
First game.
Yes. Look, you know what? Very high professional footballers don't need time.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes, psychologically, sometimes when you want to hide them or keep them waiting, it rather worries them. Sometimes it's best to just let them walk into the starting lineup and play their match.
Okay.
And see, particularly an away match like this, where there is less pressure of home fans who will be expecting to see a lot of him.
Yeah.
It's best you play him away for the first time.
Okay.
So I won't be surprised he starts him.
It would be better if he starts the likes of Maguire, Casemiro.
No, we don't need Maguire.
You can't start Martinez 2 games.
See, I think a club should be charitable and just come for Harry.
I hear Chelsea want him,
but then for Eric's leaving means that he will not go anywhere.
Of course.
Because every club needs at least 4 centre backs. You get it? One can get injured, one can get a red card. So at least you need to have 4 centre backs.
Not only Eric, even Lindelof might leave. You still have Jones. I don't know if he left on.
No, is that guy married to one of the Glazers' daughters?
Maybe. You still have Jones in your ranks.
How that guy is still in United shocks me.
Doesn't play a single match.
No, I think there's something.
But on the team sheet, his name will be there.
Maybe he knows he has a debt on one of the owners.
Could be.
Maybe
owners have.
Yeah, maybe he saw one of the owners committing a big crime.
Definitely.
Because there is no way this guy will still be United when after his the Cleverleys, the whatever, they've all left. And this guy is still there. Rooney has retired, and even the coach, they are still there.
But how old is he? 31?
31.
Around there.
United very early.
As a teenager, isn't it?
Yeah, he came when he was, I think, 19 years.
Okay. So your prediction for the match?
I think United will win.
Early kickoff match.
2-1.
2-1. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a draw because
and I see Rashford scoring again.
Again?
Yes.
It's a good run if you start scoring for England, because I know
him scoring again. I have a feeling Eriksen will score his first United goal. Yeah.
Haven't you noticed that they're managing?
You know
Eriksen?
what? 2-1 and 3-1.
Okay.
2 or 3.
I'm going for it.
I know Southampton will score a goal. I know they will score a goal.
They will definitely score.
But we are going to win.
This game will end in a 1-1 draw because early kickoff jitters always happens in the Premier League.
We'll see about
All
that.
the big teams, only Spurs have proved me wrong.
We'll see about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man City plays Crystal Palace. I was about to say the Premier League is starting to see a difference in coaches. The likes of Big Sam, the likes of the old guys are phasing out, and we're now starting to get a new crop of the coaches that are coming in. Man City, Pep Guardiola did say that as long as the games are coming quicker and faster, he will be rotating his teams. We are expecting him to not start Haaland after game week 6 in a row because he wants to preserve the player for other matches that are important, of which we all know that Man City want one trophy, which is the Champions League, and they've seen their group. They have easy teams that are in their group. They are playing the likes of Borussia Dortmund, Sevilla, and Copenhagen, and we know this is a clean one for them. And I'm sure they will face a huge test with Sevilla and their coach, who is Luepetwigi, the former Real Madrid coach, and Dortmund, who've signed, I think, 12 players. The only issue they have is one of their players had a tumor, I think, in his prostate, and is out for a while. That's Sebastian Heller,
Okay.
who ended last season with 9 goals. I'm sure he ended as a top scorer, above Lewandowski, if I'm not mistaken, and above, just below Karim Benzema. So it's going to be interesting to see. Your predictions for this game: Man City versus Crystal Palace. Not forgetting that Patrice Vieira is a good coach. He's shown that if he's with the little he has, he's caused difficulties.
Who is playing home?
Man City at the Etihad.
I think they're a bit wounded. I feel Man City will win.
Because of the last game.
Yeah, I don't see Man City losing or drawing this much.
Okay, so goal prediction
I wouldn't want to predict scores, but I feel it won't be much.
over.
Yeah,
I'm going for a 2-1 win to Man City.
I think it will be a close win for them.
Okay. Other match to look at this weekend is Liverpool versus Bournemouth. Liverpool is home, and
They'll win.
after that abysmal,
They'll win.
after that performance against Liverpool, but you see, they still have 4.
Who's playing? Bournemouth?
They're playing Bournemouth
They'll
at
win.
home,
They'll win.
but they still have 3-4 injuries
They'll win. They'll struggle to win, but they will.
and a red card.
They'll win.
Bournemouth lost their last game.
Doesn't matter.
I'm going for Bournemouth to draw this
That's
match.
been a very overly ambitious. You know, Liverpool hasn't won a match this season, right?
Yeah, this is going to hurt them even more. I have a statistic for you about Jurgen Klopp and the Mainz and Borussia Dortmund. He helped Mainz qualify into the Bundesliga. Okay, in his following season, he helped them reach 7th, and then in his 3rd season, after the number of years that he was there, Mainz were fighting relegation and they fired him.
Okay.
He moved to Dortmund. His first season was good. He won the league. Not his first season. After a few 3 seasons, then he won it in his 5th. In his 6th, they came 2nd. In his 7th season, they ended 7th on the table. So people are saying it comes to a point where Jurgen Klopp loses it all. Because he's trying to be that big of a coach. He's lost money. His new striker is already showing how undisciplined he can be. You know, who gets a red card before such a big game? And then now they have so many injuries in that midfield. This is why I feel this game won't go in their favor.
Well, good luck to them. Anything that takes Liverpool down, I mean.
Okay, so I go for a 1-1 draw. We move to...
I'll even be happier if they lose.
because you have more points than them.
Yeah, I mean, they are below us. They haven't won the match yet.
Chelsea versus Leicester.
Who's playing home?
Chelsea is home.
Yeah, of course you win.
I do think Chelsea will win this game, but I feel it's a match where Tuchel should show he's more aggressive and not more of a defensive coch. I can't
a
watch.
defensive coach?
He is very defensive. He has the Mourinho mentality of let's hold the ball. If Chelsea can show their attacking prowess, we have Raheem Sterling, we have Armando Broja, we have Kai Havertz, we have Mason Mount. This is when we can show we can manage to go forward. He has an attacking style of defending with 5 and attacking with 5. Reece James has been playing right centre back for the past 2 games, of which he's shown good promise in it, but Reece James is better off as an attacking winger compared to being a right centre back. So in this game, Reece has to move back to his wing position. You bench Loftus-Cheek, start Gallagher, start Cover, bring back the old man Aspi in defense. This guy got a red card, so I'm sure Kukuela might play left centre back or left wing, and Chio might play left centre back or left wing. But I know both of them might start, and then Thiago Silva, the old man, will play in the middle. And then from here, attacking is really important. That's the only way Chelsea can win this game, because Leicester also are very wounded. They lost I think they drew. They lost their last game against Arsenal, and are looking for a win desperately. They have made no significant signings this season, and they might lose more players. So everything counts for them. And the last big game of the weekend is Arsenal versus Fulham, a London derby, North London.
Who's playing?
Arsenal is home.
They'll win.
Is it because they're home you think they'll win?
No, they'll win. Wow, Fulham, what is Fulham going to show them?
No, Fulham showed Liverpool colours.
That's Liverpool.
Fulham has a player who scored 43 goals in the championship. 43 goals. And already in the Premier League, he's trying to show that he is different. Arsenal have started with a very good run, but I do feel it will come to a point where they'll be shown that it's a fairy tale and you're an elephant up a tree. You have to calm down. Now this is where things will go different for them. There's always that team that comes from the championship that shocks in the Premier League. I was expecting it to be Nottingham Forest, but Fulham have come with game this season and are on their heels despite losing their first match. So I'm expecting Fulham to go away with this one.
Okay.
2-1. 2-1. Fulham to go away with this one. Statistically, they can outsmart. The problem with the Premier League is the moment you feel you're scot-free is when it catches up to you. All big teams have their day in the Premier League, especially in the first 10 days since COVID started. So, 2-1 in Fulham's favour. And that's how the weekend goes. And there are other matches that are happening. As though the Zambian Premier League has started, I think I need to take you to go watch the best team in Zambia, the mighty Nkana FC, when they come play in Lusaka, so that you see what great football is. From the greatest.
Who are they playing against?
I'm not really sure who they're playing this weekend, but they will be playing. But they're not playing from Lusaka. They're playing from the Copper Belt. But when they come through, I think we should go watch a game. So you see one of the greatest clubs. I don't think there's any Ghanaian club that has made the final of the Champions League in Africa.
Slap you.
But it's true. It's true.
Since you don't.
No,
sorry, you are making viewers look down upon you.
Why?
Yeah. You know Hasselhoff?
Who's Hasselhoff?
Accra Hasselhoff. You don't know Hasselhoff? Google, you have a phone. Why am I going on my phone?
No. Tell me about Hasselhoff.
Super Cup, African Super Cup, then in the Club World Cup. Yes, and then Confederations Cup. Two of the Ghanaian clubs went to the final. Kotoko and Hasselhoff. Kotoko has been in 7 Champions League finals. And
7 and won 2.
The greatest club as by IFS, the biggest club in the 20th century. That's the King's Club. Go and learn. All the grown-ups, the 40 and 50s here in this country know Ashanti Kotoko.
Okay.
Yeah. Recently, they were in the same group with Nkana and Zesco United in the Confederations Cup, I think 3 years ago.
They can't be in the same group with the country.
They were.
From the same country?
Yeah, they were. I think it's Nkana and one of the clubs.
Okay.
Yeah, they came here twice to play them. They were in the same group.
Did they win both their games in Zambia?
They lost all.
They lost all?
And you also lost all.
What did you mean? We
when
lost
you went
all?
to Ghana, you lost all of them.
Okay. Yeah. No, Zambia has very good clubs, and now the Premier League has started. I feel I can go watch more matches on the weekend for some clubs, because we have one club that plays nearby here. That is Red Arrows.
Oh,
by the stadium
military
here.
club.
Yeah, the military club. That's
They're the defending champions.
They are the defending champions, and they're playing. They play here close by the office. So I think I can go watch them on the weekend. Zambian matches are always packed. and it would be interesting to go watch a game. And you know, you fans, you can send in your messages and let us know if you want to come on the show and talk about the Zambian clubs and how rich and good this football is in Zambia. We have a player who was snubbed by FIFA. He's late now. He died in the plane crash back then. About the number of goals he scored in the year, and they put Messi above him. But in the Guinness Book of World Records, it is there that he scored 102 goals, I think, in a calendar year. In a calendar year. Because Messi scored what, 90 that year?
Okay.
90 or 60 if I'm not mistaken. But the great, I think his name is Chitalu, scored many goals. But anyway, I hope this weekend the games that are coming up will be good. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into the preview show. Like I said, United won't win the early match because it's an early match. But if you're a betting person, I would go for both teams to score. That's my betting tip of the day. And we'll see you on Tuesday for the preview or the review show. Have a good night. Musana, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Have a good night. Goodbye.